Imagine a short handbook written almost 2,000 years ago that could fit in your pocket, a guide to living with calmness, resilience, and freedom no matter what life throws at you. That's what the Enchiridion by Epictetus is. The word Enchiridion means handbook, and it's exactly that, a compact manual of Stoic wisdom that teaches us how to live well by focusing only on what we can control. Epictetus was not a Roman emperor like Marcus Aurelius. He was a former slave who rose to become one of the most respected Stoic teachers of his time. His philosophy is practical and unpretentious, designed not for lofty debate, but for daily living. The central message is simple but powerful. You may not control the world, but you can always control your response. The first lesson from the Enchiridion is the distinction between what is in our control and what is not. Epictetus writes that some things are up to us, our opinions, choices, desires, and actions. Other things are not our bodies, reputations, possessions, and ultimately the events of life. Peace comes from focusing only on what belongs to us and letting go of what does not. If you anchor your happiness in wealth, health, or status, you will be constantly at the mercy of fortune. If you anchor it in your own choices and virtues, you will be free. The second lesson is about desire and aversion. Epictetus warns that if you desire what is outside your control, you will always be disappointed. If you fear things that are inevitable, you will always be anxious. The key is to align your desires only with what is within your power, your thoughts, actions, and character. For example, instead of desiring health, which is not fully in your control, desire the courage to face illness with dignity. Instead of fearing death, which is inevitable, focus on living well today. The third lesson is the practice of acceptance. Epictetus advises us to see events as they are, not as we wish them to be. If something happens beyond your control, it is not an evil, but simply a fact. To call it bad is to add judgment to reality. Acceptance does not mean passivity, it means meeting life with clarity and resilience. He often repeats the idea, don't demand that events happen as you wish, but wish them to happen as they do. This mindset turns obstacles into opportunities for virtue. The fourth lesson is freedom through discipline. Epictetus believed that freedom is not doing whatever you want, but mastering your desires and impulses. The person who cannot resist pleasure or anger is enslaved to them. True freedom comes from self-control. For instance, if insulted, you remain free if you choose not to be offended. If tempted by excess, you remain free if you choose moderation. Discipline is the path to independence. The fifth lesson is preparing the mind for adversity. Epictetus tells his students to rehearse potential misfortunes, to remind themselves that loss, hardship, and even death are natural parts of life. If you expect that loved ones may die, wealth may vanish, or health may decline, you will not be shocked when it happens. This practice, called premeditation of evils, builds resilience. It doesn't make you cold. It makes you grateful for what you have now. The sixth lesson is humility in the face of reputation. Epictetus warns against obsessing over what others think. Fame, praise, and criticism are outside our control, so basing your worth on them makes you fragile. Instead, focus on being virtuous regardless of opinion. He reminds us, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Real strength is internal, not dependent on applause. The seventh lesson is perspective on suffering. Epictetus compares life to a game or a play where you do not control your role, but you control how you play it. You may be cast as rich or poor, strong or weak, famous or obscure, but your task is to perform your role with dignity. Suffering is not in the event, but in the judgment we attach to it. If you see difficulties as challenges for growth, you transform them into opportunities. The 8th lesson is the practice of detachment. Epictetus encourages us to treat everything external as temporary. Enjoy what you have: relationships, possessions, status, but hold them lightly. When you kiss your child goodnight, remember that they are mortal. When you admire a beautiful vase, remember that it can be broken. This detachment does not diminish love, but deepens appreciation. By remembering impermanence, we love more fully in the present, without clinging. The 9th lesson is integrity in action. Philosophy, for Epictetus, is not about words, but deeds. He warns against those who speak of Stoicism, but do not live it. The true philosopher shows wisdom in behavior, patience, courage, fairness, and self-control. Each day is a chance to practice philosophy through small choices. The 10th lesson is finding peace within. Epictetus says that happiness is not about external events, but about harmony between your reason and your actions. If you live in line with nature and virtue, you will have peace regardless of fortune. Wealth may vanish, health may fail, death may come, but no one can take away your integrity. So how do we apply the Enchiridion today? First, draw a clear line between what is in your control and what is not. When stressed, ask, is this mine to control? If not, let it go. Second, align your desires with your power. Want to be virtuous, not rich. Want to be courageous, not unhurt. Third, practice acceptance. When traffic delays you, don't call it bad, it simply is. Fourth, cultivate discipline. Resist impulses that enslave you. Fifth, rehearse adversity. Imagine loss so you are prepared and grateful for what you have. Sixth, ignore reputation. Focus on being good, not being seen as good. Seventh, reinterpret suffering. See challenges as training for strength. Eighth, detach with love. Enjoy people and things fully, but remember they are temporary. Ninth, live your philosophy. Don't just talk about values, practice them. 10th, seek peace within. Let virtue, not fortune, determine your happiness. Modern relevance is clear. In a world obsessed with control from careers to social media appearances, Epictetus reminds us of freedom's true source, focusing only on what we can change. We spend hours worrying about reputation, wealth, or politics, yet little time mastering our own thoughts. The Enchiridion flips this perspective. It teaches us to let go of what is outside our hands and direct our energy inward. This is not escapism, but empowerment. By narrowing your focus to what you truly control, you gain clarity, resilience, and strength. The big takeaway from the Enchiridion is this: external events don't determine your peace of mind, your judgments do. Freedom, happiness, and resilience come from mastering yourself, not the world. By practicing this daily, you can remain calm in storms, free in chains, and content even in loss. That was the Enchiridion by Epictetus, broken down into its most powerful lessons in under 10 minutes. Which idea resonates most with you? The distinction between what is in your control, the practice of acceptance, or the discipline of freedom? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this summary, make sure to like this video, subscribe to 10-Minute Books, and ring the bell so you never miss our weekly breakdowns of life-changing books. Thanks for watching, and remember, true freedom is not control over the world, but mastery of yourself.